Welcome to Guns, Optics, and Reloading. My name is Brian, and today we've got a little, just going to show you this rifle. I picked it up from a buddy of mine who had a little bit of buyer's remorse, and so I figured why not put it in a good home. I mean, come on, it's America. Anyways, this is the Howa Legacy 1500 in their ACR chassis with the cool American paint scheme on it. It's got the Luth AR stock. It's got the Howa HACT trigger in it. It's got a Buffalo bipod. Looks to me like pretty much like a Harris clone. Also comes with all the original stuff, I guess, if you were going to buy the Howa 1500, if you're going to put it in a regular stock. So it comes with that stuff as well. Basically, this rifle is a 24-inch barrel. This is the 24-inch barrel. There is a 26-inch barrel as well. This is the 24-inch barrel in 6.5 Creedmoor. It also comes with the Nyko Sterling. I believe this is a 4 to 16 power Diamond LR scope. It's got zero stop. It has MOA adjustments. It's got lockable turrets, illumination, and all that. And basically, this comes as a package deal. So it's pretty cool. You know, my only qualm with the whole thing is this bottom section here that holds the magazine is plastic. Now, the original one that comes with the Howa is metal. This one is plastic. You've got an aluminum chassis with a piece of plastic holding the magazine. Not my favorite, but, you know, whatever. Also, it has the Hogue grip. Out of the box, let me find it really quick. We are looking at about a 3.5 pound trigger is what this is measuring. So, of course, knowing me, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to lighten the trigger. This HACT trigger, H-A-C-T, and I believe that's like Howa Action something trigger. I'll put it here on the bottom of the screen so I get it right. Is a single piece, and you can modify it. You can lighten it and adjust it. I'm sorry, you can't really lighten it from the factory. You can tighten it. I believe it's a 3 to 5 pound adjustment, I'm pretty sure. But I have seen online how you can lighten it. So the first thing we're going to do this rifle is take it apart, and we're going to work on the trigger. So while you are watching, I'm going to put this probably in time lapse from here, or I'll speed it up or something like that so that you are not completely bored with me taking this apart. So first thing we want to do, obviously, make sure the gun is clear. Take the bolt out. Take the magazine out. We already know this gun's clear because I did it already. So essentially, to take this apart, you've really only got to take out 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. These front 2 screws hold in this piece, and these 2 screws actually hold the receiver in. So we're just gonna take this apart really quick and poof. Well, whatever. So through the magic of photography, I'm just going to go ahead and take this apart for you. So this has the 2 screws that I showed you. That comes right off. This comes right out. And here's your trigger. So I'm going to go over here to the other side of the workbench, and we're going to work on this. And I'll show you how to lighten up this trigger. Alright, so we got this here on the workbench, and we're going to go ahead and take my nice Wheeler Gunsmith screws here, and we're going to take this little Torx, and literally the only thing holding this trigger in is 1 screw. So it's kind of cool. It's an all-in-one kind of trigger. And boom, that's it. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. Alright, so here is the Howa HACT trigger. It's got a 3-position safety. Obviously, it's all the way to the back. That locks everything. That locks the bolt. That locks the trigger. Everything. Go here to your second position. That loosens the bolt so you can cycle around out of the chamber, still safety. And then of course, full on fire. And you can, pull the trigger and shoot it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out these two pins here. One holds the trigger, and one holds the sear piece. So we're just going to remove these E-clips very carefully. Because as you all know, you lose an E-clip, they go flying. They are impossible to find. So let's just go ahead and remove this one. Okay, so that's it. So essentially you want to take out this pin first, remove the trigger, and notice there's a little spring in there. This is the spring here that you don't want to cut this spring. This is going to be your pre-travel, and that's set to about 1 pound, which is really nice. It's a 2-stage trigger. So this is your first stage, and your second stage spring is up here behind the sear piece. So we're going to take this piece out. So you're going to take this pin out, and remember, the sear pin is longer than the trigger pin. You can see the difference here. And then you're just going to want to wiggle this out. Okay, so you want to remember that that goes in this way. And then back in here, let's see, is another spring. So we're going to go ahead and take this spring out. It's turned over. So that's it. That's all there is to it as far as what we need to work on. So here is the spring. Now I've already trimmed this spring. Let me grab a punch here really quick. So I've already trimmed this spring. And literally, I don't know if you can see that or not, I cut off exactly 1 1/3 coil. So that's what the new side looks like. So I cut off literally 1 1/3 coil. That's it. That's all you want to do. And you want to use a good pair of snips, some side angle snips, some front angle snips, whichever kind you want. I will tell you, I used these right here. They worked good. This is extremely hard metal. Very hard to cut. So, but I only trimmed off 1 1/3, and that made it perfect. So, to reinstall it all, I take the piece that I cut. So you want cut side to go back down first. So I'm going to use my punch. There is a little hole in here where this spring goes. I'm just going to line that right back up in the hole, drop that in with my punch. Now, when we put this in, you want this to go back in this way, not this way. You want to go this way so that it is, and you make sure you want to put it the right way. So you want to make sure that this little C section is facing that direction when you put it in. So you're just going to slide it in here. And this is not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. This is where you kind of wish you had 2 or 3 hands. But that's what I do. Okay. Once you get the punch in there, it makes it a whole lot easier. So then you want to take your long one and basically just set it on the end of your punch and let your punch push it through. Just like that. Trust me, it takes a little practice. Okay, so your trigger has a little gap right here for your spring. So you're going to put your spring back in there. Take your trigger. That spring's going to sit up right against that. So you're just going to get that in there. Wiggle it past the little bar. This one's a little easier than the other one. Push that forward. Pop that pin in there. You're done. Now we're going to reinstall our E-clips. Hold that pin. Pop the clip. Hold the pin. Pop the clip. Check the safety. All right, and let me go grab the action. We'll put it right back in. So now we're just going to set this right back in the action. Set it right there. Take our screw and tighten her down. And I just pretty much hand snug this in. Probably, 20 inch-pounds, 25 inch-pounds or so, just to where it's good. And then let's grab our bolt. Insert the bolt. Oops. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull the safety all the way back, and let's check safety. Okay, safety works there. And we can't move the bolt. Let's go to position number 2. Bolt functions. Trigger does not. Stage 1, we're on full fire now. And trigger should fire. Look at that. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this back in the chassis and take it from there. So after doing that, let's check this real quick. We are sitting 1 pound, 10 ounces. 1 pound, 12 ounces. 1 pound, 13 ounces. So we're looking at, just over 1.5 pounds. So for this gun and what I want to do with it, I think that's going to be perfect. But anyway, let me throw in this disclaimer. Work on this at your own risk. Now, I will say I did everything I could do as far as testing it to see if by dropping it, bumping it, hitting it, if I could make this sear break, when it was off safety, just for safety reasons, and it never went off. So, from what I can tell, this is pretty safe. Like I said, I did some drop testing, I did some other things, nothing happened. So this is about as light as I would want to go personally. And the nice thing about the trigger is if you accidentally mess up, you do get it too light, you don't like it, you can literally go in there, and it does have an adjustment screw where you can tighten it back up. So you can always add more weight to it. You just can't take off more. And just for safety's sake, I don't know that I would go much lower than where it's at. But for me, this is exactly where I wanted it to be. So anyways, again, do this at your own risk. If when in doubt, talk to a real gunsmith, but this is just an easy way. If you want to modify your gun, that's one way to do it. It's very easy to do. And again, like I said, it took off about a little over 1.5 pounds-ish, roughly 3.5 to almost 1.5, about 1.5, yeah, so almost 2 pounds, 1.5, somewhere around there. So again, do it at your own risk. But anyways, so this is the Howa Legacy 1500 in the cool American chassis again. So anyways, that's it for today. Hey, if you like the channel, make sure you click subscribe and the little bell icon to get notifications. That really helps the channel out, helps me out. I would really appreciate that. And with that being said, have a great day, and we'll see you real soon.